Hi, I'm Paula from KK Sew and Vac in Appleton, Wisconsin, and today I'm going to show you how to make a customized quilt tag by using the shapes and fonts that are built into your Baby Lock Destiny 2. But before we go to the machine, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about how I prepared and stabilized my fabric. I'm using a cotton fabric, so first I starched it, and then I put on one layer of fusible no-show mesh, and when I put this in my 5x7 hoop, I added 2 layers of firm tearaway. And the reason I did that was I wanted to ensure that our fabric would not pucker around our lettering area. Alrighty, let's go to our machine. To do this, we're going to go into Embroidery and we're going to pick tab 5, which is our shapes tab. And when you open this, you're going to notice that we have 10 shapes and 14 frame stitches. For this design, I am going to pick the square and I am going to pick frame stitch number 3. We're going to set that. We're going to go into edit. We're going to pick our color select button and we're going to make that a dark green. We're going to hit OK, which takes us right back to the editing screen where we can hit size. And I'm going to bring that up to about a 4.6. We're going to hit OK. I'm going to go to add. We're going to go back to our shapes. Again, I'm going to pick the square, and this time I'm going to pick frame stitch number 14. I'm going to set. We're going to go back into edit, pick our color select button. We're going to make that one gold. Hit OK. That'll take us back to our edit screen where we can size it. We're going to hit OK. Now here's where we're going to add our words. We're going to go into our font tab, which is number 3, and for this design I'm going to pick number 5. Now this is where we're going to choose our size. We are going to put in our first letter and we can choose large, medium, or small. And for this project I'm going to use the small, and we can continue typing in our greeting. This is where Baby Lock has made it very easy with our multi-line text feature. We can push this button and we get a new line. Okay, now that we have what we want to say in, this is where we're going to proof to make sure we didn't make any mistakes. And we can bring this view up from 100 to 200% by pushing our magnifying glass here. Alrighty, I did mess up on Scott's name. Now there are 2 ways we can get there. We can use this arrow key here till we can scroll through one letter at a time until we get there, or we can just touch that wrong letter and you can see it's selected. We can delete it and we can put in the right letter. And I also wanted to put an exclamation mark after Sarah, so I can touch there and I can add that. Alrighty, it looks good to me. We're going to hit set. We're going to, the last time I changed my colors, we went into edit. Now because I'm not going to do anything to these letters but just change the color, I can do so by just touching the spool, and I'm going to make that the same green, all these spools the same green as I did my outer frame. Scroll down to make sure I got them all. Hit OK. And in this screen, we can still select elements of our design that we want to change. And I'd like to select my yellow frame. I'm going to go into Edit. I'm going to make that just a bit larger. Okay, that looks good to me. We're going to hit OK. And now we're going to go into embroidery, and I'm going to show you two of my favorite features in the embroidery edit screen. The first one is this key with the flower with the stitches around it. This is going to add a basting stitch around our design, which is going to secure it to our stabilizer and keep our fabric from shifting. Now I'm going to go to return, and I am going to choose that square, and I am going to make that the same color as the first element of my design that's going to stitch. It doesn't matter what color you make that basting stitch, because you're going to tear it out anyway, and if you put in your first color, that's going to save you a thread change. We're going to hit OK. We're going to go back to embroidery. We're going to go to Edit, and see this key here with the 3 spools? That's our color sort feature. And if you hit that and you go out to Edit, you're going to see that it's going to show all our green, and then it's going to show our yellow. So that's only going to be one color change there. I want you to know that Baby Lock has made our machine so smart that it's never going to sort those colors in any way that it's going to compromise our design. Well, we're ready to embroider our design out. And I just want to tell you that when you're done, make sure you remove the tearaway stabilizer from the back of your project. Well, thank you for joining me today. And now that you know how to make this customized quilt tag, I want you to know that the sky's the limit with your Baby Lock Destiny 2.